everyone. Lovesockwool here, or Sarah. I go by both names. How are you? It's been 2 weeks since episode 7. This is episode 8. And I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. It is rainy and dark and overcast here in St. Paul. So I had to actually put a lamp up. What time is it? It's like noon. It is May 26th. It's noon, but it's very dark out. So I hope the lighting will be okay. So let me just get in with what I've been doing, I guess, the past 2 weeks. I've been knitting a lot of socks. Honestly, I'm kind of getting a little burned out with all the sock knitting. I don't know what to do about it, but you've seen my sock basket and it's completely out of control, and I'm really trying to organize it, and I made a whole list of all of the socks I need to finish, and I'm just checking them off as I get them done. So that feels good, but I also feel like I need to take a little bit of a break from the sock knitting and maybe knit a shawl or something. So we'll see. So there's a Lovesockwool Podcast group. Please come join if you would like to on Ravelry. You can search in the group tabs for Lovesockwool and it should come up. And you would be most welcome to join. We have 2 Knitalongs going on right now. The lovely Seashore Sharon has had a wonderful idea to do a summer socks cowl, which started over the weekend. And so I think it's for the whole month of June. She's in charge of this. I'm just participating, which is really fun. I think it ends July 4th. And just choose yarn that reminds you of the summer, or summer themed, if the colorway is like a summer theme, or a sock yarn pattern that is summer themed. You can, it's casual. However you can tie it into the summer, I'm sure it will work just fine. So I'll show you in a little bit the yarn I chose, which was in the trailer, which you probably already saw. So I'll show you that. I'm making good progress because I am doing a Juliet-sized sock. So I figured I have a chance of completing this cowl if I do a child-sized sock. I hope that's okay, Sharon. I hope I'm not cheating, but I think it's okay. Okay, and the second cowl is all summer long, the knit your second socks. So second sock down. So which is what I've been working on a lot the past 2 weeks. And there'll be prizes along the way. I've had a couple folks contact me that want to donate prizes, which will be fun. So I'll collect them and save them up for the end of the summer, which I think I said August 31st would be the end of second sock down. Although honestly, for me, it will probably continue for the rest of my life, but that's okay. Okay, so why don't I go ahead and start showing what I've accomplished. So I did manage to complete 2 pairs of socks for second sock down. Yay! I wish it was more, but this is what I've been able to do. So this pair has been ongoing since February. I don't think I ever showed this particular pair of socks before, but this is one of the design lines from Regia, and I think it's called Misty. But the color number is 03870, if you would like to look it up on the internets and find it. I got this yarn because I was shamelessly copycatting Molly of A Homespun House. I believe she had the same colorway and knit a beautiful pair of socks. I think she did the one where you slip a stitch every time you slip every other stitch every time you get another, whenever the color changes. I forget what they're called. They called vanilla bean socks or something like that, but they're very, very pretty. So I just loved this colorway with the grays, the different colors of grays, and green, blue, and kind of maroon, and kind of a rusty color there. And so I found it. I had to do some hunting, but I did manage to find this colorway. I think I got it from loveknitting.com, so they're out of the UK. So it took a little while to get here, but but it was a good price, and yeah, and they had it. But I only got one ball of it, and it's a 50-gram put up of it, so that's why I chose to go ahead and do a contrasting heel and toe. So the blue is some Regia denim color. I think it's that line, and it's just like a blue. I didn't bring that one down. I've used it 2 times now as a heel and toe contrast, and it works out nicely. I like it because it's kind of a little bit of a gradient. You can see that. So these, I think I'm gonna probably give these to Marshall because, again, because I only had the 50-gram ball, I couldn't really, I didn't have enough to make it like an adult size. So I think these will end up being for Marshall, probably for Christmas. And he will love them, and he will put them on his feet, and he will wear them for at least 3 days before I remind him, hey, Marshall, your feet stink. You need to change your socks. And he'd be like, he acts like, oh man, I have to change my socks. Like he acts like all annoyed that he has to actually change his socks. He's a boy. But anyway, I'm glad he enjoys wearing his hand-knit socks. So that's good. Okay, so second pair for second sock down that I completed. It's the Dale socks, finally. These have been on the needle since March, I think. I think I showed the light pink one in my first episode. So I finally finished them. Yay! And they are beautiful. And see, and for the brown one, I remembered to put in the Fair Isle with the pink one. I did not remember to do that. That's okay, though. So this is Knit Picks Stroll. The dark is Merlot Heather, and the light pink is Dogwood Heather. So very pretty pattern by Molly of Homespun House, and they're called the Dale socks. So I'm very pleased to have these finished. I'll probably keep these for my own self. So I have a basket over around the corner over there. Whenever I finish a pair of socks, I put them in that special basket, and I don't know, it just feels nice to have several stacks of freshly knit socks in there that have never been worn. I will take them out and wear them eventually, but you know, it's the beginning of summer, so I'm not really wearing my hand knit socks so much anymore. So over the summer I can add to it, and then by the fall, hopefully I'll have a nice big stack of socks to start fall and the winter with. Okay, so now for some firsties that I have finished. That means first socks. I'm sure you understand. Anyway, I showed this one, I think I showed this one last time, yes. So this is White Birch Fiber Arts. Does this rainbow make my black look big? And it's such a happy sock, I really love it. And I put in a pink heel, which is Malabrigo sock Light of Love. So I got the first one done, yay. And I believe I showed this one last time as well. 3 Irish Girls Adorn sock in Mackerel Kingfisher. I think that's the colorway name. I'm not sure, and I went and looked it up on Ravelry and I couldn't find it. So am I the only one in the world who has this colorway? I did buy it at a local yarn shop, Darn It Anyway, in Stillwater. So maybe they were the only shop that had it? I don't know, but it's such an intense royal blue. I absolutely love it. And I really love how it pulled. It pulled remarkably. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I think it's exciting when funky things happen with your sock yarn. So, and this is a Ben-sized sock, so they'll probably be for him. I think for the second one, pardon me while I take a sip of coffee, I'm having French vanilla coffee in my Mother's Day mug. S for socks, of course, or Sarah. Okay, so the second sock, okay, so this is Blueberry Waffle socks. I don't think I mentioned that, or Hare's Tweed, whatever. There's this other free pattern that I just discovered on Ravelry, and you may perhaps have seen it. I don't know how popular it's gotten. I don't even remember how I found it, but it's called the Minecraft socks. So like the little game on your iPhone, Minecraft. Marshall has been obsessed with playing that. But anyway, the pattern is supposed to look like the bricks or the walls. If you played Minecraft, you would know what I'm talking about. So just go to Ravelry and look up the Minecraft socks and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's a very similar pattern to the Harris Tweed or Blueberry Waffle socks, except, and it's free, so I can tell you. So instead of doing knit 2 plain rounds and then knit 2 purl 2 for 2 rounds, you do each of those 3 times. So it's knit 2 purl 2 for 3 rounds, then you do 3 knit rounds, and then the second set is purl 2 knit 2 times 3 rounds. So you're alternating, and it's really cool looking. So for the second sock, I may do the Minecraft for the second sock of this, and they'll just be fraternal socks. But then it would feel like I was knitting a new sock and not doing the exact same thing all the time, because I'm getting Harris Tweeded out because I also finished this one. So this is Patton's Croy Celestial Colors, and this has been on the needles since February because I was copycatting little bobbins and Raybot because they were all knitting their Blueberry Waffle socks, and I think Danny was knitting this exact, well, she was using Patton's Croy. Well, so was Raybot, but just different colors maybe. I think Danny was using this colorway, but she may not have been. It's on her Ravelry page, you can go look. But I did enjoy knitting this, but it just, you know, I threw it in one of my project bags and it was in the corner. And you're like, oh, what was in this bag? And you open up, it's like, oh yeah, it's that pair of socks I cast on months ago that I didn't finish. So I finally finished it. And it is a lovely, it goes so nicely with Patton's Croy. It's very squishy. And it will fit nicely, I'm sure. Although I think I cast on, normally I cast on 64, and I think I cast on 60 for this one. So these might have to be for Priscilla or my mom, who has tiny little feet. I think she wears a 6.5 shoe. So these could be for my mother, and she has hinted that she liked them, so we'll see. Is that all the first? No. There's another one. I showed you last time. I did go ahead and cast on the beautiful Hedgehog fibers. Where did I put the ball? In here? Nope. Oh well. So, okay. This is Hedgehog fibers sock in the Vengeance colorway that I purchased at Yarn Over at the Stephen B booth. And it is just glorious. There really is not words to describe this sock yarn. It's luxurious is the only, it's just velvet butter. Honestly, I don't want to put this on my feet. It's so nice. And as you will see in Stash Enhancement, I have more Hedgehog fiber sock in my possession. And the reason why I had to get more is because I'm knitting this. I'm like, I love this sock yarn. It's so amazing. But then when I'm finished with the sock, I'm like, I don't want to wear this because it's so beautiful. I just want to look at it and touch it. I don't want to put it on my feet. I really want to knit a shawl with this sock yarn. So that is what I may have to do. You can see my hedgehog right there. Why don't we just do Stash Enhancement right now, and then you can put me out of my misery, because I would much rather show you that quickly. So my mother and I went to the Stephen B Yarn Garage on Saturday, which is really fun. And I went there with the express purpose of getting this. So let's see, this is Monet. I've wanted this colorway for, well, not forever, because I haven't known of it forever, but I think since I saw Karen's Enginets, she has Monet. And then Patty, do you have Monet too? Clarinet, that's Enginet's twin. I think maybe they both have Monet, but oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I really, really love it. And I really think I should do a shawl. So I needed 2 colors because it will probably be a 2-color shawl. This is taupe. I thought maybe it was tulip and they left out the eye, but I think it's taupe because I looked it up online. And I think this colorway is an exclusive Stephen West colorway for the Stephen B. Yarn Garage or something like that. I could be getting that mixed up. But oh man, it's a beautiful, crazy pink, pink, pink. So the shawl pattern that I cannot get out of my head is the Exploration Station by Stephen West that I am just dying to use this for. And I don't know where I put the other half of this because I was going to put these 3 colors together because I'm going to mismatch this sock with another 3x1 rib sock I already have finished. So it'll just be a mismatched pair. And then I can use the other half and have a 3rd color with these 2 guys. And maybe I'll do Exploration Station, although I think I need a 4th color because I think that pattern calls for 4 colors. Although I think you can do whatever you want. You could probably do it 2 color. So I'm ruminating about that, and I'm in the cogitation phase of thinking about shawls to knit with this sock yarn. Also, bonus at the Stephen B. Yarn Garage, Josh Ricks was there. He was there shopping, and I got to meet him. My mom and I did, and he was wearing a beautiful shawl that of course, he designed. I believe it's called Ad Hoc, and I think it's his latest shawl, and it's a 2 or 3 color shawl, and I think it was Mystery Knit Along. But it's out now, so I could purchase it, and that would look amazing in these 2 colors as well. So that's an option too. So that was really special and fun to get to meet him. That was a privilege. I was thankful for that. Okay, so while I have this basket here, I might as well show you the rest of Stash Enhancement. So my mom and I went to 3 different shops on Saturday. We went to Treadle Yard Goods, which is a fabric store very close to where I live on Grand Avenue. And I did get some fabric there. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. I'm not doing things in the order in which I wrote it down, but that's okay. So this is about 1 yard and 2/3 or something of that fabric that I used some squares of this on Marshall's patchwork quilt, which I'll show you later. And it's all recipes. And I've already got fabric for Priscilla's patchwork quilt, and I'm going to use this as the backing because I really love this fabric. And if I get a big, huge piece of it, you can actually read the patterns, read the recipes, and make them. I should try making some of these recipes. But anyway, it's Feed Company by Sweetwater for Moda. And I was excited that they had this. So yeah. So that was Treadle Yard Goods. And my mother loves going there whenever she comes to visit because that fabric shop is, I believe they cater more to garment makers, seamstresses. And my mother is definitely a garment sewer. That's her favorite thing to do. She's never really been into quilting or making blankets. She's an expert, like, tailored seamstress. She makes incredible things. So she enjoys shopping in there when she comes to visit. And then after the Stephen B. Yarn Garage, we went over to Crafty Planet, which is in Northeast Minneapolis. And I got some more Elizabeth fabric for 16th century selfie. Priscilla is terrified of this fabric. She's like, Mommy, please don't make anything with that lady on it. So that makes me laugh. It is this is strange. This is a little bit of a strange fabric, but I don't know why I love it so much, but for some reason it appeals to me. It's Tula Pink, which is a wonderful designer for fabric, and then a contrast fabric as well. So I'll probably make bags with this, but I really want to do a quilt with this whole fabric collection because it's all stunning, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up having time for. Okay, 2 more little stash enhancements. Well, maybe 3 more. 3 more, yes. Okay, so at Crafty Planet, they sell yarn there. It's not just a fabric store. And that fabric store is, I believe they cater more to quilters. Although, of course, you can purchase fabric there for garments, but they have incredible stuff there. But anyway, they sell yarn, and this was on sale, so I got some opal, and it's the sweet and spicy 2, and it's the watermelon one, which I love anything that's watermelon in a yarn. I love it. Here you can see the little sample sock. I really, really, really want to cast this on, but I'm trying not to cast on any more socks until I get a significant number of the ones from my basket knit done, because otherwise my brain is going to explode. Anyway, I really love that. And it was on sale. I couldn't resist. Okay. Now this I ordered. Did I order it before the last time I podcasted, or maybe right after? But I hit a Bull and Vine update, and I had to grab another skein of Outlander in the Volga base because I've never tried Kristen's cashmere Volga base sock yarn before, and this is probably one of my favorite colorways that she does. So yeah, I had to grab another one, and I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do socks, if I'll do a hat or a shawl, I don't know. It's an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon. It's 435 yards. It's good yardage. I don't know. I do have a pair of socks knit up in. I should have brought them over. It's a finished pair. I finished them way back. But I have a pair of socks knit with the Outlander colorway, and I completely love them. I have not put them on my feet yet. They're still in the admiration stage. Okay, last but not least, I got some more spin monkeys. Tara sent me this out of the goodness of her heart. This is Sky Lantern. And it's really pretty. And of course, she always puts in real beautiful little stitch markers that match. I don't know if you can see that, but really beautiful. We did a swap, and she included that in with the swap. And so I have lots of minis from her. And Tara, these are amazing. I mean, literally, I don't think there is one sock yarn in, maybe one, the Fleechy one, that I've knit with. Everything else is new to me, or I've like I've heard of them, but I just haven't gotten around to trying them yet. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see where's the one. Oh yeah, this one. I just saw this one on the Yarngasm podcast. The Fiber Nymph Time to Make the Donuts. I think Kristen just got a skein of this, and I was like, oh, it's the same color. I love it. So that's fun. And then some 716 knits. Oh, this colorway just kills me. Listen to this name. If the apocalypse comes, beat me. I'm gonna scream. Really fun. Very neon. So yes, thank you, Tara. That was, you did above and beyond. Above and beyond. Okay. Back to the knitting. We did everything out of order, but that's all right. Today's nail polish is brought to you by Essie. Enough is enough. Enough is spelled incorrectly. E-N-U-F. In case you're wondering. Okay, where was I? What's next on the list? Okay, we covered all the socks. Okay, so let me just say, I was feeling very stressed out about all these crazy socks I've cast on. So I've got a big basket upstairs, which has all my socks in it that are first socks. I have a second basket that is also finished first socks with the ball of yarn sitting in there waiting to be cast on for the second sock. So I've got two baskets. And we're not even going to discuss that second basket. We're going to pretend like that doesn't exist. We're just going to talk about the first basket of first socks. And I decided I need to get organized. I need to just get a piece of paper and write out every single sock whip I have going and catalog it and number it so I can see how much I have to do. So I did a list, and there were 17 socks that are currently on the needles. And this is not including the basket of socks that have first socks finished. This is just socks that are currently on the needles that are either first socks that need to be finished or second socks that need to be finished. And it's 17 of them. So in the past 2 weeks, I've finished 6, which is incredible, which might sound like a lot, like, wow, how do I do that much knitting? I don't. Most of them were already like 3/4 done. I just had to, finish the toes, or finish the foot and finish the toes. So, I mean, they're all right here. Look at this. I believe this is 6 or 7 socks. So whenever I finish one, I cross it off and I change the tally number. So now I'm down to 11. So I feel good about that. But I still can't cast on any more socks. But watch me tomorrow, I probably will. But I'll try really hard not to. But we'll see. We'll see how vigilant I remain. I forget why I was telling you all that. Maybe just because I just felt the need to get organized and really write it down in black and white. What do I really need to do? And how can I possibly make this happen in a reasonable time frame? Okay. Okay, so I did finish some other things. Did I not bring it over? I didn't. Hold on. I want to show you the shawl I finished and get my summer socks to show you. Okay, don't go away. I'm coming. I can't believe I didn't bring this over. I thought I was organized. I had everything all lined up, but this is the one thing I forgot to grab. So I finished something that's not a sock. I finished the Prairie Ridge Shawl by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm very happy to have that done. I started it in January. So let me see if I can figure out. It's very small because I used fingering weight. And yeah, but it's still cute. And I think I might actually have to keep it because Juliet will not appreciate it being a 2.5-year-old. So, it is kind of small, and I have a couple pins or brooches that Ben got me a while back that I can use. It's hard to tell when I'm like, pin it right there or something, and then it'll stay put. So it turned out nice. It's Koigu. I think, yeah, 3 different colors. I don't remember the numbers because I threw it away. And then the edging, you can do 2 different edgings. Like you can do a ruffle edge or you can do just a plain garter edge. And I just did the plain garter edge. This is another Crafty Girl. And I cannot remember the name. It came in one of those You're My Bestie kits. But it's a lovely, like, raspberry pinks and charcoal gray. It's real pretty. And I had a 4th skein of Koigu that I was going to use, but it was not, is it in here? No, it's not in here. It's in my other bag. But it wasn't wound up, and I didn't want to wind it up just to do a handful of rows. So and it's just some leftovers, so I just threw that in. So very nice. I like greatly. So I'll just leave it like that. So I want to knit another shawl. I need to knit a shawl. And I would love to do The Exploration Station by Stephen West. But I'm daunted. It's very daunting to me. It looks like an enormous shawl. And the construction of it, like I have not bought the pattern yet. But the construction of it seems complicated. It may not be. I mean, Stephen West patterns are always very clear, so I'm sure I could figure it out. But also I know myself, and I don't want to wind up that gorgeous hedgehog fibers, cast it on, and then not finish it. Like I don't want to wait. I don't want that to happen. So I'm being careful and cautious. But I really want to knit that shawl. It's so cool. So anyway, so this is my summer socks cow. Socks that I'm doing, and it's White Birch Fiber Arts, and it's called Melonious. So it looks like watermelon. And I cast this on Sunday evening and, you know, just knit the cuff. I just got the cuff done, or ribbing. And then yesterday kind of did the rest. It's 52 stitches. So these are for Juliet. And I already tried it on her little footsie. And I only need to knit like 10 more rows, I think, and then I'll do the toe. So they're quite roomy on her, which is fine. I don't mind if her socks are too big, because obviously she's going to grow. And I'm using, I think these are Haya Sharps. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they're Haya. I really like them. They're so smooth. Very, very nice sock knitting needles. And I might have 2 pair of these. I really like them. So yeah. Okay, I think that's all the socks I have to show you. Good grief, that's enough. All right, and I showed you my shawl. Let me show you some progress on my Sockhead hat. I think I was just at the ribbing last time. And this is Wool & Vine Yarns, Dirty on Purpose, in her Lush base, which is also a cashmere blend, but I don't believe she stocks that anymore. I think she just does the Volca now, which is fine. So I'm at the stockinette portion. So I think I have to knit, is it 9 inches of stockinette with the Sockhead hat? I think that's what you're supposed to do. So for me, with my gauge, 10 rows gives me an inch. So I'm like, okay, if I knit 10 rows a day for 9 days, I'll have it done. I said that like 2 weeks ago, and this is as far as I've gotten. So clearly I have not knit 10 rows a day. But you know, it's okay. I just kind of pick it up here and there when I just need to do some stockinette knitting. So hold on just 1 second. Hold on. My phone was beeping. I had to stop it. Okay, so that was the Sockhead, and I've done a little bit of progress on my Yowza 3 shawl, the pink one, in cactus flowers, Malabrigo worsted. It may not look any bigger to you, but I promise I really have worked on it. And I'm almost done with the first ball. I was gonna try to get into the second skein before I podcast again, but it just didn't happen, but that's okay. But this is where the marker was last time we spoke. I'm still really, really enjoying this, and I really hope that it will be huge when all is said and done. Okay, so I've done a bit of work on my crochet blanket. It may not look like it to you, but I did work on it. And Priscilla worked on it some for me too. She picks it up every now and then and puts a handful of clusters in for me. And I think Stephanie Sews, Steph, she had asked in the group how wide it was, and I so sorry I didn't go back and reply to that. I did measure it, and it's about 36 inches wide. Although I'm wondering if it's going to grow. I mean, I don't know. With these blankets, the bigger they get, the heavier they get. So I don't know if it'll, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Steph, I think it's 36 inches wide. If my measuring tool was accurate. So, yes. So this is the Granny Stripe crochet blanket, and I believe I was using the tutorial from Attic 24 blog, and I hope I linked it correctly in my project page. Go check and see. But otherwise, if you just are on Google and you type in Granny Stripe blanket, it should take you to Attic 24, or just click on the link that's Attic 24, and that will be it. So yeah, it's lovely and easy, and it's very enjoyable to make those double crochet clusters. It's very, very simple. Okay. So I don't know if I may not share this every single week, just depending on, or every time I record, depending on how much I actually get working on it. Because now that it's like at that size where you can knit or crochet a lot on it, but it doesn't really look that much bigger because it's kind of at that black hole stage. I did manage to put in one square on my Cozy Memories blanket, which was fun. And I have a second one going. So I put this square on, and this is a mini from Spin Monkeys. And that is Stash Enhancement as well. So let me pull that out. Tara has been doing little mini skein listings at her Etsy shop. So this is the one I put on my blanket. It's called Rough Turquoise. Love it. So beautiful. How many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 8 mini skeins. There's her card. I love this one. It's a Christmas one. It's called Christmas Cheer. It's so sweet. I love it. This one's called Tetanus. Beautiful purple one. So I got these just because I just wanted them for my blanket. And so I already put a square of this one, so I can put this one, the rest of this on my crocheted blanket. It's really beautiful blue. This is Crushed Blueberries. Margarita on the Rocks. And Be Mine. It must be a Valentine colorway. She is a talented, talented dyer. I am enjoying her colorways immensely. Ooh, I hear a little pitter-pattering up there. I may have to finish quickly. Juliet woke up. Okay, so I think the only other thing I was going to talk about was Marshall's patchwork quilt that I finished. And I posted this on Instagram so you can look at it there, but I finished his quilt. I love it. It's just 5 charm packs all sewn together, not perfectly. And then I just did simple lines of quilting on my machine. And the backing is just a lovely mint green flannel that I made wider with an extra set of charm squares. So yeah, I've been having fun patchworking along, and I've got one on the go for Priscilla with another 5 fabric collections, which I posted on Instagram so you can see that. Here comes a sad baby. Aw, it's okay, honey. I'm almost done. So I think that is it. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I hope you'll forgive me. So I hope all of you are doing well, and I will see you next time. So happy sock knitting. Bye. Bye, sweetie. Wake up early.